everybody, Trevor here, and it's time for another top 3 video. This time, we'll be discussing my top 3 favorite voices for Duncan. As some of you may already know, I put Duncan as my number 1 favorite narrow gauge engine in one of my top 6 videos. He is a golden yellow engine who tends to be grumpy like Sir Handel, and can be a bit reckless at times, which is why his driver calls it rock and roll. Now keep in mind that this short list is mainly ranking Duncan's voice actors from passable to the absolute best, because that's how I feel right now. Anyway, let's get this short top 3 done and over with. Coming at number 3 is Michael Brandon. In my own fan-made Thomas and Friends voice cast video, I've chosen Michael Brandon as the voice for Duncan because I thought he did a decent job with his voice at first. But the reason why I've put him as number 3 is because when I keep looking back at his impression for Duncan nowadays, it's certainly not the best, which is why I've changed my mind on my pick for Duncan's voice nowadays. But hey, at least he was trying to make him sound Scottish, unlike Alec Baldwin for season 6, though I already understood why that happened. Number 2 is George Carlin. Good old George Carlin. Not only is he my most favorite narrator of all time, but he has the most impressions in the US dub of the classic show. What I like about his voice is that he makes the character sound grumpier than Donald and Douglas. However, I put him as number 2 because in my fan-made voice cast, the reason I didn't choose him in the first place was because his Duncan voice sounds way too similar to his Donald and Douglas impressions. But still, he'll always be my second favorite Duncan voice because of these reasons alone. Before I get to my number 1 pick, I just want to give one honorable mention. Michael Angelis. He's alright, but the reason he's an honorable mention is that I normally don't watch the UK dubs of seasons 3 to 12, and as an American Thomas fan, I'm more used to the US dub because that's the version I grew up with. Besides, he got beat out by Michael Brandon. And the number 1 spot goes to Tom Stewarton. When I first heard his Duncan voice in the CGI series, I thought it suited the character very well because at least it doesn't sound like Donald Douglas or any of the other Scottish characters in the CGI series. Therefore, it stands out. It may not sound as grouchy as George Carlin, but it's still the best voice in my opinion. I'm thankful that they brought him back to the CGI show. Now, as much as I enjoy the voices from Michael Brandon and George Carlin, respectively, but from now on, I think I should use Tom Stewarton as the voice of Duncan in my own personal fanfiction because I thought his Scottish accent sounded better, and that I want Duncan to sound different from Donald and Douglas in my own fanfiction. I hope you guys understand that. Anyways, tell me your thoughts below on which Duncan voice actor you think is the best. And if you disagree with me, that's totally fine. It's just my silly personal opinion. Next time, we'll be diving into the top 5 favorite Duncan episodes because there are plenty of them that I actually do enjoy watching. This is Trevor Davis, signing off.